Okay, and we are on. I would like to welcome you to this webinar today, content only webinar from wherever you are in the world. I am here from Canada, and I'm really excited to share this time with you and share with you the exact and simple strategy for getting at least one new high ticket client per week from Facebook ads on a small budget. Well, who this is for here on this content only webinar, nothing to buy. If you're a coach, expert, author, or consultant trying to get clients, this is for you. If you're sick of using outdated manual labor strategies for getting clients, such as chicken dinner lunches where you hand out business cards to people who probably aren't that qualified, who probably won't pay you what you're worth, and who will probably never do business with you, but they're nice enough to tell you that they'll call you back, and you're sick of that, this is for you. If you want to fill your calendar with clients who want what you have to offer and can happily invest with you, this is for you. And if you want to stop being an internet marketer and focus on your passion, this is for you. And here's what I mean by that. If you're sick of spending endless nights, endless days figuring out tools to try and use Facebook or whatever it is, get clients online, where you're just sick and tired and you're like, I never signed up for this to be like a programmer and figure out every tool in the world. I just want to get clients. Then this is for you. And we're going to get to that. If you want to stop chasing potential clients and have them come to you versus you having to call them up and email them and say, hey, Sally, I know we talked yesterday. If I give you $1,000 discount, do you want to come on board? Please, pretty please. And then, you talk to people. I do. We talk to people who are like, I got this list of 40 people who told me maybe. Well, exactly. How many have told you yes? Well, none. How'd you get them? Well, I had to go out and chase them down. Exactly. If you want to stop that, this is for you. Now, what you're going to discover, specifically, you're going to discover one strategy, how Michelle, one of my clients, has been able to make as much as $15,000 in a month from $150 in Facebook ad spend for getting clients. A little 3,000 ROI, return on investment swim site case study. How I'm able to get a consistent 600 to 900% ROI on my ad spend on a monthly basis. Basically, how I invest $1 and get $6 back to $9 back monthly, sometimes even more. And I'm going to explain to you how, and how you should be able to get some really good ROIs too. My ad that got me an 81% conversion rate. How Dan's been able to ramp his stuff up to almost, I think 30, 31, 29,000 a month on Facebook ads. He's not even an expert. How I'm able to get 9,000 clicks a week on my links for free on Facebook. I'll show you the proof. The 5-step system you need to be following right now. The simple secret to turning your fans into profits. How to get your first client from Facebook ads fast, and the exact 3 mistakes most people make when trying to get clients that will cause you to fail every time, and how to attract more coaching clients from Facebook than you can handle. Now, here's the cool thing. There's absolutely nothing for sale on this webinar, but I do have a special gift for you at the end, so you're going to want to wait around so that you can get it. So before we get into all that, does this sound like you? You're constantly struggling to find new clients using manual labor strategies. And I don't mean just the chicken dinner lunches where you hand out your business card. I mean, you're joining free groups on Facebook, and you're posting your links everywhere, and you're friend requesting anything that moves, and you're tweeting and retweeting and LinkedIning in people on LinkedIn or whatever you do there. And I mean, you're just hustling. And it's just not working. You're blogging all the time. You're using YouTube videos everywhere. And it's just nothing but misery. And is that you and you're not getting the clients you want? Then this is for you. So are you find that Facebook ad is like, the Facebook ads is like trying to fly a 747 without any training? Where it's like if you fly. If you ever got on a plane, I was just recently in California. And in San Diego, we'd coming home, and I always love to look in the cockpit, and you look in there, and you're like, holy man, that thing is a lot of bells and whistles. And you think like that's how Facebook is to you. You're like, holy, there's a lot of bells and whistles in here, and you press the wrong one. Next thing you know, your credit card's got $1,000 balance on it, and you don't even know what you did, and you didn't get any sales, any signups, and you got like 20 visitors. Well, we have to fix that. Or you're sick of the broke prospects who always finding you and wasting your time. Do you know what I'm saying, right? Isn't it funny that the most ambitious and excited people about what you might do are the people who have no money? Meaning, like, if you're coaching or whatever, it was like $1,000, and if you split it up over like 30-year payments, they're still too broke. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about being broke. I was broke for so long, I literally thought it was the new rich. However, what I'm saying is you can't build a successful multi-six-figure a year coaching consulting business people who have no money. And the problem is what you're doing is attracting these types of people to you. And we got to fix that and start attracting affluent people. Does it sound like you knew that if you could get a lead generation system, you'd be able to fill your coaching business? You're like, I'm really good at what I do. If somebody comes along, they're like, they need my help. I can help them. I can get them results. It's really good. But you're like, but I'm spending all my time on Facebook and I can't get anybody, and the ones I get are broke. We're going to fix this. Your client calendar is not full. I would like you to look at tomorrow or think, how many people are scheduled to have a call with you to figure out about your coaching or consulting? How many clients are booked for tomorrow? How many clients or potential clients did you talk to today? Exactly. If it's not full, we're going to fix this. Because if you don't have a constant flow of new clients coming your way, guess what? You're never going to be financially free the way you want to do it. You're always going to be hustling. You're always going to feel behind no matter how much money you make, and it sucks. Because you feel like this. Feel like totally, utterly overwhelmed. Well, here's why Facebook, pay-per-clicks, why you need to be using it and why now. Some of these stats are a little dated, but they're very good. Twice as long on Facebook than on Google. There's 6 billion people click that like button a day. 172 million users in 2013. This is old. These stats are old. They're pretty big, so I don't see why I need to convince you and go get like brand new stats, because these are pretty big. 7.87 billion in revenue a few years back there. 67% of the USA is on Facebook. 73% of people with incomes above 75,000 are on Facebook. Nearly 75% of all internet users on Facebook. 1.23 billion monthly users. 945 million mobile users. So let's talk about me first in terms of, well, why should you listen to me? And then we'll get into these strategies, all right? First of all, I'm not an internet marketing pimp. All right, I just want to point that out. I am in no way interested in that. And what I mean by that is I don't make my money joint venturing with everybody selling hot stuff. I actually, as you're going to find out, have been doing this since 2003. Hence, why I have no hair left. Actually, I got a ponytail. It goes all the way down my back, but you can't see it because I got my head in the way there. But if I was to wave my hair around, you might see it. No, I'm joking. What you see is that's about it. And so here's the deal. I've been doing this full-time 10.5 years and part-time for before that. It's again about since 2003. I grew up with a learning disability. I'm from Canada, and I grew up in a small town in Alberta called Camrose. And in there, I failed pretty much grade 1 through 6. Okay. They just kept pushing me up because my brother, he was a year behind me. So they're like, they don't want him in the same class as your brother. And plus all my friends kept moving up. And I just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed. So finally in grade 7, they're like, you're reading at a grade 3 level. Your IQ is really low. So they put me in a modified program, which consisted of me and about 8 or 9 others getting stuck in a large closet with round tables where they modified our educational program and basically said, hey, you know what? When you're 16, we're going to get you out into the working world, get you like a real job, like a meat cutter or, pushing a broom somewhere, something like that, fixing a car. And basically what we want to do is get you out into the real world working, because well, you're a drain on our educational system. We really don't have time for you. And so if we manage you out properly, you're not just going to become a drug dealer and a drain on our system. So, however, went to Bible college and got through all that, barely, and got a theology degree. Not an MBA, not a business degree, a theology degree. I went to a Bible college university here, or university, whatever they call it, university college here in Canada, and a Christian college, and got my theology degree. And I actually became a pastor before going online. That's correct. I was a pastor in Christian churches in Silicon Valley and then in Canada. And while I was a pastor, I started to really develop this passion that I had as a child, and thinking, hey, I really want to be on my own. I want to do my own thing. So we started a kind of a technology services company while I was a pastor helping churches. And that got to the point where I'm like, I got to do this full time or shut her down. I can't do it all. I can't be married because I have a beautiful wife who I've been with since we were in high school. However, we didn't get married till we were 22. But I've been with since I'm in high school, and we got a couple of kids. And I was like, at the time, I was like, I can't do it all. So I decided to go full time with my technology service business, and it's just kind of evolved from there. And I've been generating leads online, clients and all that stuff since about summer 2013. So that's my story, and I failed at pretty much everything, including Facebook, before I got started. So here's my Facebook story, my pay-per-clicks Facebook pay-per-click story, and it somewhat resembles that ship going down, and that would be me watching it. When I tried in 2010, I originally started out, and I heard it was really easy, lots of cheap clicks and all that kind of good stuff. So I got my account immediately banned. They didn't even do anything wrong. I just put my credit card in, shut my account down. So then I started, got it going, couldn't make a profit. And then I quit. And then I came back about 1.5 years later and immediately started with $300 and decided to scale it up, make my millions, and I failed. Well, then what did I do? I cracked the code, figured out how to make it work, and started to succeed, and hence have had a ton of success on it, made a lot of money, helped a lot of people. And what is this really all about? And here I want to just encourage you, this is about your why. This isn't about an ad. I want you to start connecting this to your why. This isn't about traffic. This is about your future, your financial future. And you got to realize that in your market, there's probably 6 figures sitting on Facebook right now waiting for you that should be in your bank account, but it's not because you don't have a good lead generation system for getting clients. And we're going to fix that. It's about your business future. It's about getting you to a place where you are on top, where you can see over the mountains, where you don't feel under your business, where you don't have to hustle, and where you can get to where you want to go and take care of your family the way you want and build this thing up. That's what this is really all about. And so that you can get to the place where you can have your freedom back, so that this picture isn't just on your wall, but it's actually your life, where not only can do what you want, your freedom is now in your control, and so that you are able to generate leads for your coaching clients when you want and live the life that you want. Now, here's the secret with Facebook ads that a lot of people don't realize, and I really want to encourage you right now as we get into these 5 strategies you got to follow. Here's what you need to realize. It only takes a small amount of traffic to get a lot of results with Facebook ads. So before I recorded it, or like this webinar thing we got going on, before I hopped on, I got it checked in my email, and I got an email from one of my students, and I didn't get permission to share it with you. However, they basically emailed me their stats for the last, say, 3 weeks. And for the last 3 weeks, they've had a 500% ROI on their Facebook ads for their coaching program. And here's the cool thing about it. Their coaching clients, the market they're in, is really more life coaching, and it's more targeted just to women. Not that that's bad, and it's a good thing. However, my point is it's not some biz op market. It's a legitimate market where it's more intangibles, helping people find their purpose and love and all that kind of stuff. And they're getting like a 500% ROI. And I have no doubt within the next little while, they could probably double that again. So what I'm saying is, if you have a $1,000 coaching offer or whatever offer you've got to help people with, well, guess what? You want to make $10,000 a month? You only need 10 sales. And if you only need 10 sales, it shouldn't cost you $5,000 to make 10 sales. I hear this all the time. People say, they'll say, well, how much do I got to make? Or how much? They'll be like, I want to make 10,000 a month, so I'm going to spend 5,000. I'm like, if I spend 5,000 a month and I only made 10, that'd be a disaster. Okay? You should theoretically be able to aim for a 300 to 500% or higher ROI, which means if your goal is to add $10,000 in income, man, you shouldn't have to spend like $5,000 a month. That's crazy. So the good news is if you do this right, you're not going to need a ton of traffic coming to your site or to your coaching business, because it's about doing the system the right way. Take one of my clients, Michelle. Michelle does coaching/consulting, and she makes as much as $15,000 a month from $100 ad spend. And that's no joke. That's really the real deal. Okay? So what I'm trying to get at is you can do this. You don't need to spend a lot of money. You don't need half the internet coming to your site every month if you do it the right way. However, the first thing we got to do before we get into what you need to do right is we have to make sure that you stop doing these things wrong. The first thing is paying the stupid tax. Now, here's what you got to realize with Facebook. There is a ton of different things you can do. From Facebook's perspective, you got to understand, they help literally millions of business owners and businesses of all sizes. So they've got all kinds of stuff, all kinds of ways. And so just because Facebook says you can do it doesn't mean you should, because it might not even be practical for what you want to do. However, I see a lot of coaches and whatnot out there, and one of the biggest mistakes they make is they boost posts. You'll have maybe a fan page or something like that or something, and then just, hey, I got this awesome post. I'm going to boost it and send it out to my family, my friends, my clients, or whoever. I'm just going to send it out there, and hopefully Facebook knows how to make it work. And that's a really big mistake, and can cost you a lot of money in wasted time and energy, and you're going to get a lot of unqualified people, probably from countries that really you're not really set up to help. Second mistake, now I tell you these not to discourage you or to judge you, but to help you. So what we have here is, this is an ad example. It's really not an ad, it's just a picture. However, as you can see, it's targeting the newsfeed, desktop, mobile, right-hand column, and an app. Well, so if you run this ad and spend $100, how in the world are you going to know which one of these is actually getting you your conversions, making you your money? Because a newsfeed ad on the desktop is not just going to be, it needs to be different than a newsfeed ad on mobile. So you never run them to all the same place. That's just crazy. You're wasting your money. Okay, the next thing is, if you run these ad to your interest group, say you're in a business market, for example, like self-help or something like that, and you're targeting these guys, these 8 guys. Well, how do you know which one's working? Think about it. If your ad tanks, you get really bad conversions, how do you know if it wasn't John Maxwell who made it bad, or Jack Canfield who would have made it good? Well, you don't know. And so by using all these all in one ad, altogether, you have no idea which one's working or which one's dragging down your campaign. Second biggest mistake most people make right now is they don't engage. They think that a fan page and engagement is just like something of the past. It's like from the Stone Ages. Well, look down here. Post clicks. These are people who clicked on the links on my pages, on my fan page. 9,000 people in 1 week. This is a week, okay? So what I want you to understand is that this is a lot of traffic. A lot of people here and a lot of success. And I don't spend hardly any time on it, and I'm going to show you how to do the same. The third mistake people make is they treat Facebook like it's an online hot dog stand. You know, you promote your new ebook offer. I'm just going to get some people on my list and promote my new offer and get some clients. Or I'm going to promote a product launch. Hopefully we can get some people out, and we can, there's this person in my market, and we'll see. Let's see if we can just promote a product or do a product launch. And then we're done. Or promote a webinar. I just got this live webinar thing, this thing that I want to do. I'm doing it next week, next Wednesday. So I'm going to run some ads to it on Tuesday, get some people to sign up. Well, that's okay, but then what they do is they don't do anything again. And it's just run it once, forget about it, move on. and they just love and leave Facebook, and it's going to boost some posts. And really what this is, it's just you turn Facebook into some sort of casino where what's happening is you're just putting money in, hoping you can cash out before the house starts making all the money and the odds go in their favor. That doesn't work. So here's the 5 steps for succeeding with Facebook traffic so that you can start getting clients for your coaching or whatever coaching consulting type business. I can predict someone's success online with getting clients on a 5-minute conversation about the very next thing we're going to talk about. Okay? You invest. Number one thing we got to do, and this is so important, I can't even emphasize enough how important this is. You need to be an investor instead of a spender. Now, you see $133,560. You might think that's a lot of money, and you said, well, you don't have to spend much money to get clients. You don't. However, if you're getting if you're getting an 8% ROI or 800% ROI, well, now your goal is to like back the truck up and invest as much as you can so that you can just absolutely scale your business. So you can start small, and I totally encourage you to do that. But once you get moving, you can still increase it if you want to scale into the multiple 6 figures a year or what have you. So you might look at that and be like, oh man, that's crazy. Well, first of all, like I said, you don't need to spend a lot of money. Second of all, if you see that and you're like, that's cool, then that's good. Because here's the wrong mindset. This is the how to get rich at a job mindset. And this is going to make sense about Facebook in a second, because a lot of people are scared of failing at Facebook ads, so they don't do the right thing. Well, here's the thing. And this is no way any way coming across derogatory or whatever to anybody who's got jobs. This is just really how it is for people who want to work. You invest in a good education, which is totally cool. And then you get a good job. And then you save. You got to save. And then you got to live on a budget, right? And a less of a budget, smaller budget. And then you cut your expenses. And then you cut more of your expenses. And then you increase your savings to offset your bad investment returns as you get older. And you hope your pension's not broke when you need it. Because as we know, the only way the government's going to help you is if you're a retired politician, right? Other than that, you're on your own. And then here's the internet marketing junkie mindset. And this is what causes a lot of people to fail online, is they focus on free traffic from Google or blogging or something crazy like that doesn't work. Then they try and go, free traffic from other people to promote my stuff. I'm just going to put my stuff on Johnny's site, and hopefully Johnny will promote it and I'll get clients. Or I'm going to get free traffic from like joint ventures and just, email my list, somebody's offer, and somebody emails their offer, so on and so forth. And then just stupid stuff, right? Can that work? Yeah, but that's not where you're at. Or free traffic. There's got to be some sort of software tool I can try. Or how can I get 1 cent clicks from Facebook? I just need cheap clicks. Cheap clicks, cheap clicks, cheap clicks. Easy, fast, free, cheap, instant, and secret loopholes. Invest a bit and get a lot. And here's the problem with that mindset. If all you're looking on the internet for, say, Facebook ads, is the cheapest clicks, the cheapest offers, the cheapest leads, the cheap, you're going to just drive yourself nuts, especially when you have a coaching or what have you offer that's worth a lot. Well, what are you thinking? Okay, this isn't how you grow your business. It used to be my life, and it almost put me out of business. We need to have the right mindset. If you want to get rich or succeed in business, you invest. And then you invest in what makes you more money. And then you make more money, and then invest what makes more of that money. And you leverage good debt when you can. My best silent partners when I started out years and years ago, like 2003, were Visa, MasterCard, and my home equity loan. They were great. Never questioned anything I did. Never had a problem as long as I paid them every month. And they were good. And I don't obviously long since been doing that. However, and I'm not saying it's good or bad, I just said that's what I did. But you've got to have the right mindset, because the lie is that free traffic equals success online. The truth is investing equals success online. If all your free strategies were going to work, you'd be out there right now networking with people you don't really even know or don't want anything to do with you, and they're just being nice to you. But that's not what we got to do. We got to fix this and build a real sustainable business that generates clients for you. Now, this is super important. I really want you to pay attention here. I want you to write this down. Tony Robbins, the motivational guy, says there's 3 things. There's your story, your state, and your strategy. Here's how this works. A lot of coaches and what have you, consultants, no matter what, you have a story about Facebook ads and online lead generation for getting clients in general. So your story could be one of being disempowered, meaning like your story might be, well, I tried this and lost my shirt. I spent $500. I got 3 clicks. Nobody came to my site. Nobody bought. So I really don't know if it's going to work. But your state then now is defeat, lack. You just don't think it's going to work. And then so no matter what strategy you have, it's going to fail, because I could hand you on a silver platter the best Facebook ad strategy that's super simple, that works, and you tank it because the first problem you have, you're like, oh, I knew this wouldn't work. This isn't going to work for me, right? And that's the biggest problem with this whole thing. However, if you have an empowering story where you're like, I know this is going to work, man. If that Jason guy with no hair and from Canada, if he can do it, I can do it. Then guess what? If that's your story, then your state is, I'm going to make this work. And so you have different state, which means whatever strategy, as long as it's good, you can make work. And so that's what I want to encourage you the next few steps here is, don't get overwhelmed. A barrier to entry is a good thing. What I mean by that is we're going to talk about some specifics now on how to scale out your ads and what you should do, but I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I'm going to try and simplify this for you. And remember, all these things that may overwhelm you are good things, because what that does is it makes you realize that your competition isn't going to figure this out. So hopefully it gives you an advantage. So the second thing we got to do is we need to have the right ad combination. Most of the ads you run on Facebook will cost you a fortune if you do them wrong or at the wrong time. And you must have the right combination at the right time. No matter what, you got to have the right combination. The next part is, just because Facebook says you can do it does not mean it will work for you. There's a pile of ways that you can run your ads. We got to have the best strategy, not just any strategy. The next thing is, just because some guru says you should do it does not mean it'll work for you. All right? So there's all these different ways to get ads, right? You can, all of them. I don't want to go through them all, but you can pick any one of them. And what happens if you pick the wrong one? Well, you spent a lot of money and you had a lot of learning. We don't want to keep doing that. So I'm going to talk about the 3 main ones you should be focusing on right now. The first one, believe it or not, that still works is getting likes. Now, I'm not going to tell you that you should do this exclusively, but I will tell you it's been incredibly profitable for me. Made a ton of money. It's extremely easy, all right? And so you're going to focus on getting these likes on Newsfeed desktop and mobile. Now, then what you can do is you can drive content to those people through a post engagement ad, which again is so simple, it hurts. You create a post and then you push it out to your fans. And then it engages with them. You can put a link in here. Whatever works, you can just stick it in there and really engage with these people. And it works really, really well. And the third one is you drive people to, you put a newsfeed ad. And so this is going to take them to a opt-in page or some kind of offer that you have for people or what have you. But here's the biggest mistake people make is they run these on mobile and desktop. We already talked about that. So what you got to do when you're going to run a offer to your market or your fans or whoever, if it's like a webinar or some sort of like opt-in thing, like ebook free report, you always target desktop first, and then if it works on desktop, then you try mobile, whatever, however you say it. Now here's a little ad that got me 81% conversion rate. It's a little likes ad. See how simple that is? Really simple on getting traffic, and it really worked the right way. So we've got to do the right combination. There's no one size fits all, but really focus on the promote stuff to your fans, get some fans. Again, I'm not telling you it's the only way to do it at all, and then promote your offer to your market using a desktop newsfeed ad, whatever it is you got going on, a webinar or whatever it is. Now, second thing or third step is we've got to make sure you got the right targeting. There's 3 targeting that we're going to focus on here to simplify this: fans, interest groups, and custom audiences. So this is interest groups. Really simple. You know all about this. You want an easy way to get more interest groups, go to Amazon. Amazon's got lots of books. Target authors. Super easy. All these guys are authors, lady. So these are depending on your market, but you really got to dial it in to make sure you get the right size market. But the first targeting is interest groups. Next targeting is your fans. I run ads to my fans all the time because they're super targeted. And people who see my ads sometimes will see an ad, for example, about some offer, and they might not really opt into my ad, but they'll like my page. And then I can retarget those people simply by targeting fans. Now, this interface might look a bit different depending on where you're looking at it from, so on and so forth. Now, this is really cool. I'm going to hook all this together for you. The next thing you can do is once you start building the newsletter list, you can upload that list and run ads to the people on your newsletter list. Just make sure it's legitimate and you follow the rules. But you can also do website traffic. And here's how this works. What's going to happen is we can create an ad, or for example, we basically run an ad to, the self-help market, for example, saying, hey, I got this free report that's going to help you have good mindset techniques or whatever, right? And so we put a little code on that page and it creates what's called a custom audience. And so Facebook builds up that list of people who hit our site. And then what we can do is we can take that audience in Facebook and turn it into a lookalike audience. So do you see here? Here's what I mean. I have a little piece of code on a blog, and everybody who hits my blog gets cookied by Facebook and is built into an audience. And so we're around for 5 days. Then what happens is really powerful. I can say, hey, Facebook, I can either run ads to those people, or the other thing I can do is go, hey, Facebook, can you create an audience that looks like people who are coming to my blog? And so instead of targeting interest groups, like if we're in the self-help market, targeting like Zig Ziglar, what I can actually do is create and once you start getting a bit of traffic, Facebook will actually create a lookalike audience of all the people who actually look like the people hitting your website. And then we can target them. And here's how we do this. We first start by getting traffic by likes or website clicks or whatever. There's multiple ways. Then we engage with those people, build a relationship on our fan page, on our blog, right? As you've seen, these are people from my blog. So I got people coming to my blog. And then what happens is I retarget them. So I have a custom audience, right? This is a little custom audience. And then what I do is I turn that custom audience into a lookalike audience. So I'm getting interest groups or target traffic from fans of Zig Ziglar, building hypothetically in the self-help market, building a relationship with them. Some of them are coming on board into my coaching. I'm making money. I'm helping lots of people. Then they're coming to my blog and stuff like that, right? And now I've got a little audience targeting that I got there, and I can target the people coming to my blogs with ads. And then I tell Facebook to create me an audience that looks like my blog visitors, and voila, now I got another audience who I can target. And this is just a cycle of success, essentially. And it's super simple to do. So let's review. We have to invest instead of spend and stop being so cheap, because this is your future, right? You got to have the right ad combination, or you're going to screw it all up, and then you're not going to know what worked. And so we got to have the right ad combination, and we got to have the right targeting. That's the third thing, to make sure we're targeting right, using all those strategies I just showed you. Now what we got to do is we got to engage. Look at this. These are, like I've already shown you, this is super important. You don't need 5 million fans either. You need just a handful to start, and you engage with them. I have 104,000 fans, over 104,000 fans right now. It's over this right now. However, it's not like I'm on here all day and night. I outsource 98% of everything. If you can ask me a question on here, I get those and will respond to those private messages. But other than that, I outsource everything. I have somebody doing everything for me for super cheap, and they take care of posting all my content and stuff like that. It takes me about 5 minutes a week to manage this. And this is why it's the foundation of success. The better the relationship you have with your market, the more money you'll make, right? Especially if you're doing coaching, consulting type stuff, because it's a relationship-based business model. So the better. If you have a good relationship with them on Facebook, guess what? They're going to trust you more, and they're going to want to invest more with you in order to move ahead. Email marketing's eroding. Like, look, click-through rates on your emails, they're not going up. So I can send an email to somebody who's gotten on my list through an ad I ran, and they became a fan of my page as well. I got both ways to build a relationship with them instead of one. The other thing is you can gauge 10 times a day or more on Facebook versus a maximum of maybe once a day with email. I can't email my list of subscribers 10 times a day, but I post about 15 posts a day on Facebook. People love it. And I get thousands of viral fans a year. If you're in a market and you start, have some good content, and again, it's not complicated, it's very simple. Well, guess what? People are liking those little quotes or stuff that you do, and those show up all over the place, and then other people share them, and they share them, and they share them. I get thousands of viral fans a year, and you wouldn't believe people find me and they reach out to me for help with their business and getting clients or whatever, and they're like, man, I don't even know how I found you. I seen somebody, one of my friends or something like that liked your post and shared it, and here we are. My friends, that's how you do it with viral, and it's easy to do. And you can market to your fans. I run ads to my fans all the time because they're super targeted. They click on it. They have a relationship with them, and it works. You can get huge traffic. It's what Facebook wants, and my newsletter subscribers are way more profitable. Because here's the thing, it's not one-dimensional anymore. When you're on my list and you're on my Facebook fan page, I'm engaging with you on Facebook and on my list so that I'm in people's minds more. So it's not like, who is this guy? It's like, oh, that's Jason. I see his stuff on Facebook. Cool. What's he got to say? Here's why most people don't do it, because they think it's work. Well, look, is failing or doing chicken dinners to get clients or going networking events any better? No, it's not that hard. Also, you don't like social media. Well, guess what? I don't like social media either. I virtually do nothing personally on social media. I don't Facebook my friends to see if they want to go out for dinner or come over, watch a football game. I pick up the old-fashioned phone and I call them or text them. Okay, but for business, it makes sense. They think it does. They don't think it helps. I just proved that wrong. They think likes and fans are a joke. Well, they are if you think they are. But look, I've been doing this for a long time, since 2010 on Facebook, and I will tell you, it's very powerful. And my fan page generates me an astonishing amount of revenue just because of the sheer fact that it's set up right to build relationships. And it's easy to do, super simple to get started, and you can start small. I remember I emailed my list when I started, I had like 100 fans, and it just kept going. Old school internet marketing. Pound them. Sign up for my program to become a client. That kind of thing doesn't work anymore. EdgeRank. People are worried. EdgeRank's this thing that dictates how often in your news feed you see certain things. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's always changing. If you provide good value, who cares? They don't think it's scalable. Well, that's a lie. Look at this. 48,000 people seen this picture. Now, is this like, am I selling something? Am I saying, hey, you should become a coaching client of mine? No, but here's what I got. 737 shares. What's that mean? That means 737 people shared it who are in my market, who are likely have friends that might need my help too. 2,918 shares, seen by 247,000 people. I only got 100,000 fans. So what does this mean? This is very powerful. Do you see the power of this? And this, I don't do anything. This is automated. It's all just done. Now, the fifth thing we got to do real quickly here, if you don't do anything else, or if you do everything else and don't do this, you'll fail. It's as simple as that. Yet this is so easy. Let me give an example. We got to optimize. And again, it's so simple. It hurts, and it's so simple you forget about it. This here is, don't worry about the fans thing, but worry about, see, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are all ads. The only difference between any of these is the image. The text is the same. Targeting is the same. Everything is identical who this is going to, except one thing, the picture. And look at that. The difference between a bad image and a good image, this is cost for a lead. like a registration on a page on my site. This one cost me $15.75, and this one cost me $2.42. Look at the difference. 29 leads, 3 leads. Only difference here is a picture. So what I'm trying to, and you can obviously see I shut that off. So what I'm trying to get at is you need to realize that it's super easy to optimize. And if you'd have just came out with that picture, you'd have been like, oh, see, no, Facebook doesn't work. Try and find something else. All right, go dust off my dress clothes. We're going to go out on the town and we're going to network and hand out business cards, see if we can get clients. No, you do this right, you get good conversions, okay? That's how simple it is. And look at the results of some of this. Now, this isn't directly from 90 conversions, but over the last little while, these are how many people have applied to have a strategy session with me. This is over 800 people. I have, Facebook ad strategy session with Jason Nyvac. Okay, so I have 6 or 7 of these different ones, but this is 2 of them. Okay, now I get about 80 or so a month, so I'll right around 1,000 a year. People filling out an application to reach out to me, see how I can help them. Okay, this is just an example of some of them. So my point is, if you're not getting these kind of things happening, lots of people applying to work with you, it's because you're not optimizing and doing things right. Look at this. This is a little ad, my wife was the president of my daughter's swim club, okay? And they needed some help getting some swimmers. It was about $500, and it was, I guess May, June, and part of July, a little while back. I targeted 7,600 people who were moms, 25 to 45. Check this out. We spent $200, roughly. Got around $12,000 in new signups, plus a waiting list, plus future years and family, and about 75 new fans, and brought in more results than every other strategy combined. And on top of it, all these other swim clubs want me to help them. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. But at any rate, that's my whole point. And it just got started. You want to know the sad thing? The people who came in, we moved on to another swim club. And the people who came in thought they'd just duplicate what I did, and they didn't know what was going on. Tanked the whole thing the next year because they didn't use the right strategy. Here you go, 8 cents to get a fan. Here's an email from Dan. Remember I talked about Dan? Here's an email. He said he should be supported by his business in about 3 months. Well, guess what? Here's what's happened since that email. Dan's got over 20,000 fans. Huge engagement, thousands on his nude list. He's bringing in 25 to 30,000 a month in his business. He's not even an expert. This can easily be automated, outsourced, and dialed in with the right system. If you do it right, there is hope. You can start and get high-level clients reaching out to you and joining your coaching or consulting, whatever it is, programs you have. But how much is it costing you to stay where you are and not be at full capacity, not making 6 figures a year or high 5-figure months or whatever it is, and getting the clients you know are out there? Because guess what? I've been doing this since 2003. I've been on Facebook a long time. I have yet to find somebody whose market is not on Facebook ads. I'm serious. Because here's the thing. How much is it costing you to not see your business grow to the next level and get the clients you need? How much is it costing you if you're still working to not be able to quit your job, not live where you want to live, to live in lack, and to not be around for your family because you're out networking or spending 100 hours a week blogging or creating videos to get, one new client for every 200 hours you work on your business. And then you got to discount that client because you work so hard for them and they're not qualified to not make the money you know you should be making and living the life of abundance you know is possible, and keep wasting years and thousands of dollars to not get any results and to keep trying thing after thing. How much is it costing you, and how much longer are you going to wait to step into that life that you want and finally do this? Well, I promised you, I have a gift for you. However, first of all, I'd like to ask you a question. What would have your life been like if in 2003 or 2002 you sat in front of your computer and you seen this? and you knew ahead of time that if you could just build out a SEO site for 10 years, you would have a run of complete, utter domination and abundance, because blogging, all these strategies worked like gangbusters. And what if in 2000, maybe 4, you sat down and you're like, Google AdWords, and you got it, and you dialed in and you're like, this is the future. You would have had a 10-year run. And it's still working now for lots of people. It still works great. But you would have got in early and been able to get clients and been able to build your coaching consulting business. Well, guess what? The future is now. Facebook is only growing. It's the biggest game in town. Your clients are on Facebook right now, and they're buying and they're signing up with your competition, or they're suffering without your help because you're the best kept secret in the market. It's the easiest place to get targeted traffic and get clients. You can start super small. You can start like $5 a day. My coaching clients, I always tell them $5 a day. That's all we're going to start at. Some of them getting sales right away. It's pretty simple. It's not that complicated. You can even build a massive amounts of relationships like never before. And you will miss out if you delay, because it's only going to get more complex. And you need to get in now and have the right low-risk strategy so that you can get in and get on top. So you're always ahead of everything. And then, hey, eventually, guess what? If you're sick of doing it and you're finally profitable, you just outsource it. But you can't do that until you know what's going on. And it's time to go all in, and all in now. Because here's the deal. How much will it cost you if you do this all yourself? Most people, it'll take you years, or you might never do it and miss out on hundreds of thousands of dollars or potentially millions of dollars in revenue for your coaching consulting business because you just avoided Facebook and couldn't figure it out. It could cost you tens of thousands of dollars in wasted time trying to get traffic that never converts. And then if you can't, what's the alternative? You go backwards to keep doing the stuff you don't even want to do now. I'm telling you, we've got to fix this, or you just quit and just be like, hey, if I get a new client every 6 months by referral, great. I live in poverty. This isn't where I want to be. I'm not getting the leads I want, but it's better than nothing. Or you can leverage what I've learned through this process of investing over $133,509.60 on buying Facebook ads traffic, and have a pile of clients who have had success doing this exact same thing. And I'm going to help you for free. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to set up right away a Facebook ads profit strategy session. And I'm going to help you one-on-one on a free call, not some sales pitch call. This is a strategy session. It's going to take about 45 minutes. We're going to figure out what in the world you've been doing that has not been more successful. We're going to dial in. I'm going to ask you some questions, figure out, hey, what have you tried? Why isn't it working? Figure out what is going wrong, because you're too close to yourself. You're not able to see the big picture. And so I'm going to get on a call and help you out. Then I'm going to help you to overcome your frustration, overwhelm, and get clarity, and lay out for you an exact strategy you need to follow to get the clients you need for your coaching consulting business to take this thing to the next level, and give you a step-by-step plan. All right? This Facebook ads profit strategy session is with me. I do not have a sales team. This is not a sales call. And as you've seen from previous images, I do not have a problem having people fill out applications. So I'm saying this to help you understand this is to help you and get you going, and to get you a clear path, to get you from where you are to where you want to be, because I actually care about you and you can do this. And it's costing you too much to fail. Or if you don't want to do this, you can go watch more free training videos somewhere, figure it all out yourself, or we hop on a call so that you can get your freedom back, get this finally working in your business, in your life, finally succeed and get the results that you need in your life right now, so that you can start getting clients, start filling up your calendar, having record months, and get the business going to the next level with proper lead generation, and go from there. Then on this call, if you're a good fit, at the end of the call, like the last 5 minutes of it, I'll talk with you about my success, Facebook success coaching system. If you're qualified, if I think it's a good fit, if you think it's a good fit, we'll have a talk and talk about how I can help you in a coaching program that can really dial this in, take you to the next level, like those others few of the others you've heard about, and many more who I haven't talked about. However, this isn't right for everybody. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to jasonnyback.com/FB call. And then I want you to go there, and there's going to be a little page, and I'm going to ask you a couple questions so I can get to know your situation just a little better, to make sure that I can know where you're at, what your background is. And then on that call, then we'll set up a call, and me and you, we're going to chat. We're going to fix this so that we can get you out of this place to get your business to the next level. And like I said, you've got a couple options. If you don't want to do the call, that's okay. The other option is you can just go back to doing what you've been doing that hasn't been working, or look for some ninja secret somewhere or something like that. Or we can hop on a call, spend a few minutes, half hour to 45 minutes, figuring out what is going wrong, what is wrong that you've tried. Or if you've never tried anything, that is great, because then what we're going to do is we're going to be able to look at the bigger picture, and I can tell you, hey, this is what you need to do. If you want to reach that that market, to get clients and to help these people and to build your coaching consulting business to the next level, here's the type of ad you got to run. Here's who you got to reach. This is what you got to do. And so that you have a step-by-step plan. And like I say, at the end, if I feel it's a good fit, and if you think it's a good fit, great. We'll have a quick 5-minute chat about how we can work together in my coaching program, which can just like supercharge all the stuff you want. However, we'll see. It might not be a good fit. Doesn't matter. Either way, what I want you to do, go to this link right now, jasonnyback.com/FB call. Fill out the form. It's a small form just so I can get to know about your situation a little better. We're going to get on this phone on a call, me and you. We're going to fix this so that you can start changing your family's future, so that you can get and add that next level of whatever it is, extra 5 figures a month, 6 figures a year, multiple 6 figures, wherever you're at, time to take this thing to the next level. Now, normally, this is usually the time for question and answers on a webinar, but I'd be doing you a disservice right now if I answered your questions, because I know nothing about you. So it makes way more sense if you click the link, go to the page, fill out the app information there, that small page there, so I can get to know your situation. We hop on a call. Guess what? We're going to answer all the questions you have, and probably even some more, and take your business to the next level, because this is the good news. If I can do it, so can you. I look forward to talking to you, chatting with you on the call. This is going to be a lot of fun and better days ahead. Talk to you soon.